Hey there, students. Here we are, and we're going to continue on. Just kind of a couple of reminders for you. Um, in scene two, when they were on the balcony, Juliet said that she would send a messenger to come and visit Romeo at 9 o'clock the next morning, and that's where we begin. And so it starts in a street. We know that the nurse is going to visit Romeo. Romeo is talking to Benvolio and Mercutio, and he's not there and begins, but here we go.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
That same pale-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, has sent a letter to his father's house.
The challenge of my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letters, master. Dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bowboy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
What?
So let's just stop there, kind of break down what's just taking place. So it's Benvolio and Mercutio. They're sitting on a street. Mercutio is wondering where he is. Did he not come home last night? Benvolio responds, no, he hasn't. Mercutio says that fair-skinned, hard-hearted hussy, Rosaline's going to torment him until he goes insane. And so they don't realize that Juliet is the one that he loves now. Dramatic irony there. Benvolio, Romeo's cousin, says, hey, Tybalt, old Capulet's nephew, Juliet's cousin, has sent a letter to Romeo's father's house. Mercutio and Bet said it's a challenge. Benvolio says, yeah, Romeo will answer it. And Mercutio says, any man who knows how to write can answer a letter. And Benvolio responds, no. Romeo responds, the letter is read, telling him whether he accepts the challenge. And then Mercutio kind of talks a little crap on him here. And he says, oh, poor Romeo, he's already dead. He's been stabbed by a white girl's black eye. He's been cut up through the ear with his love. Another thing he's saying is he's whipped, right? But obviously that's not the case here because they have the wrong person. And so continuing on, Benvolio says, why, what's Tybalt's story? And here we find the answer to number 15 in our study guide.
Why, what is Tybalt?
Oh, then Prince of Cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights you as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion, rests me as minim rest one, two, and the third in your bosom, the very butcher of a silk button, a duelist, a gentleman of the very first house, of the first and second cause, the immortal passato, the punto reverso, the hey.
The what?
So pretty much Mercutio says he's like the best fighter out there. He's the best sword fighter. He does everything by the book, and he's pretty impressive.
The pox of such anti-glisping affected fantasticos, these new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good lad, a very tall man, a very good whore. Why, is not this lamentable thing, grand sir, that we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion-mongers, these pardonnez-mois, who stand so much on the new form that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench? Oh, they're balls, they're balls.
Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
Without his robe, like a dried herring. Oh, flesh, flesh, how art thou fishified?
So Romeo shows up, and Mercutio is pretty much telling him that he's a weakling because he's in love and he's not a man anymore. Which, yeah, I don't think is very nice. But she's giving him a hard time, which I don't know. Unfortunately, people like to do.
Now is he for the numbers that Petrarch flowed in. Laura to his lady was but a kitchen wench. Mary, she had a better love to be rhymer. Dido, a dowdy, Cleopatra, a gypsy, Helen and Hero, Hildings and harlots, Thisbe, a grey eye or so, but not to the purpose. Senor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much...
So Romeo says, yeah, I had things to do. I had important reasons to leave. And Mercutio says, in other words, important business made you flex your buttocks, and I'll click that link for you, and you can read what it says. Continuing on.
Which is to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Well, thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Oh, nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flowered.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Well said. Follow me in this jest now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing, soul singular.
Oh, single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
So I'm going to continue on here, but you can kind of pick off the sexual innuendos that are going on. So I'm not going to talk about it. We're going to continue on, and you got to be okay with that because, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, come between us, good Benvolio. My wits faint.
Swips and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase I have done, for thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I am sure I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou wast never with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose.
So Romeo implies that Mercutio is only good for jokes. He's not a serious person. This kind of makes him a little feisty.
I will bite thee by the ear for that jest.
Nay, good goose, bite not.
Thy wit is a very bitter sweeting. It is a most sharp sauce.
And is it not then well served into a sweet goose?
Oh, here's a wit of Cheveril that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
I'll stretch it out for that word broad, which, added to the goose, proves thee far and wide a broad goose.
Why, is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo, now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this drivelling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Stop there. Stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair.
Thou wouldst else had made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I was come to the whole depth of my tail, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
So here comes a nurse with her servant man, Peter, and she is the messenger looking for Romeo. Should we compare some car insurance here? I think we'll pass for now.
Here's goodly gear.
Oh, a sail, a sail, a sail.
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Peter, my fan, Peter.
Who put Peter to hide her face, for her fan's the fairer face?
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good and fair gentlewoman.
Is it good end?
'Tis no less, I tell ye, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you! What a man are you!
One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for himself to mar, quoth they. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Very well took it, faith, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
So Mercutio, it's pretty disturbing here, I don't know. There's a joking part of it, and now he's making jokes towards a female. Not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of either one, but definitely not. Respecting your elders is something we're always told, and he's not doing a very good job. But the nurse is looking for Romeo. She finds him, and she says that she'd like to have some time just for the two of them to talk.
Aboard, so.
What hast thou found?
Oh, no hair, sir, unless a hair, sir, in a Lenten pie, that is, something stale and hoar ere it be spent. An old hair whore and an old hair whore is a very good meat in Lent, but a hair that is hoar is too much for a score, when it whores ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell, lady.
Marry, farewell! I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk, and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
An he speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and a were lustier than he is, and 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave! I am none of his flirt jails, I am gain mates. And thou must stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I warrant you, I dare draw as soon as another man. If I see occasion in a good quarrel, will win the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers.
It's pretty much the nurse says if Mercutio doesn't calm down, he's going to get hurt for continuing to rip on her. She doesn't appreciate it, and rightfully so.
Scurvy knave! Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bade me say I will keep to myself, but first let me tell ye, if ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress, I protest unto thee.
Good heart and faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
So they devise a plan on how Juliet's going to be able to get out of the house because, she can't really go around by herself, a female this time, only 13 years old. And the plan is first, the nurse always has to be long-winded, but says that Juliet thinks very highly of him, is that Romeo tells her that she should come to confession at the church in the afternoon. And so this is a place in like the Catholic Church where you confess your sins to a priest. It's probably one of the very few ways that Juliet can get out of the house by herself without her parents watching over her. It's like, hey, I need to go to confession. It shows that you have a good conscience, that you're thinking about the sins that you've committed, and you want to apologize for them. And in the Catholic Church, you have to do that in front of a priest, and it's a good plan. And so, Romeo gives the nurse a couple of coins for helping her out here, and we'll continue on.
Oh, too, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high-top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee, hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
So Romeo's devised a plan to go visit his newly wed wife this evening to consummate his marriage. His men are going to bring a rope ladder so that he can climb over the walls and go and visit his new wife, this evening. And so the nurse says, "My God in heaven bless you. Now please listen, sir." And Romeo says, "What did you have to say, my dear nurse?"
"'Tis your man's secret. Did you ne'er hear say, two may keep counsel, putting one away?"
I warrant thee, my man's as true as steel.
"Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, when 'twas a little prating thing. Oh, there's a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard, but she, good soul, had as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the properer man, but I'll warrant you, when I say so, she looks as pale as any clout in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?"
Aye, nurse, what of that? Both with an R.
"Oh, mocker, that's the dog's name. R is for the dog. No, I know it begins with some other letter, and she hath the prettiest sententious of it, of you and Rosemary, that it would do you good to hear it."
Commend me to thy lady.
"Aye, 1,000 times. Peter?
None.
Peter, take my fan and go before."
So that's the end of Act 2, Scene 4, and the plan is set. They're going to get married this afternoon. Juliet's going to come over to Friar Lawrence's cell. We know that Friar Lawrence is going to make this marriage happen because he wants to end the feud between the families, and he thinks that this will be a great way to do it. And so here we are. And so I'm going to pause it, and I'll get the next one set up in just a minute.